Welcome to This Explainer. Right now, as we're speaking, there's a silent war going on all around us. It's not being fought with guns, and it's certainly not being fought with soldiers. It is being fought entirely with algorithms. Artificial intelligence is silently, completely changing the architecture of our world, and it's doing it so much faster than most of us even realize.
Okay, let's dive right into this. I think most people still look at AI as this kind of harmless tool, right? Like a convenience or maybe just a fun new toy to play with. But the reality? The reality is way more complex. We have already entered a brand new kind of war. It's a war for human attention, for control, and ultimately it's a battle over intelligence itself. It is really time we shatter this illusion that the technology is just here to make our daily tasks a bit easier.
Just think about how incredibly fast things have shifted. Just a few years ago, AI felt like this distant, purely futuristic concept. And now, it creates art. It writes scripts, it generates voices, it edits videos, it answers questions, it replaces human jobs. The pace of this is absolutely staggering, and I really want you to feel that acceleration, because every single month these systems are getting smarter, they're getting faster, and they're becoming much, much more human-like.
Section 1. The Invisible War, the Attention Economy.
So tech giants and governments are literally pouring billions of dollars into this. Why? Because they understand one fundamental truth. Whoever controls advanced AI shapes the future, period. And the primary battleground of this invisible war? It's you. Human attention has quietly become the single most valuable resource on Earth. Every app, every platform is just fighting relentlessly to capture it. And AI? Well, it's incredibly effective at hacking human psychology. It learns exactly what keeps you scrolling, what triggers your emotions, what feeds your addictions. Very slowly, we are the ones adapting ourselves around the algorithms.
And this brilliantly illustrates that invisible architecture at work. Every single action, what you watch, what you buy, even what you believe, it's all constantly feeding a controller. The recommendation algorithms, the advertising systems, your social media feeds, they are heavily influencing and nudging your daily behavior without you even noticing it's happening. We walk around thinking we're making all these independent choices, but actually, scratch that. The system is already pulling the strings on our most basic habits.
Section 2. The Illusion of Control, the Future of Persuasion.
We are hurtling towards a near future totally dominated by AI-generated influencers, synthetic music, and fake personalities, to the point where you might not even know if you're interacting with a real human being anymore. And AI is perfectly positioned to be the ultimate persuader, because unlike us, it never gets tired, it never sleeps, it literally never forgets a single piece of data. Governments and companies are vacuuming up massive amounts of your personal information right now, because every micro-interaction is being analyzed. AI is eventually going to understand you way better than you understand yourself.
Which brings us to this really profound and honestly deeply unsettling realization. The most effective control systems don't feel like control. They feel convenient. Does that mean a bunch of killer robots are going to suddenly wake up and destroy humanity? Probably not. The real danger is so much quieter than that. It's humans just quietly giving up control because the systems designed to guide us feel incredibly comfortable and highly personalized. We surrender our autonomy entirely because it just feels so easy.
Section 3. The meta level, the singularity approaching.
Now, looking out at the existential horizon, experts have this really unsettling consensus about the exact moment intelligence goes entirely digital. So the crucial point here is artificial general intelligence, or AGI. This is an AI capable of learning and reasoning just like a human, or even way beyond us. And once intelligence crosses that specific threshold, improvement could happen at an explosive rate, drastically outpacing millions of years of biological evolution. We are literally building systems that may eventually outperform us in absolutely everything.
And that thought leads straight into the concept of the singularity. It's a point where technological growth just becomes completely uncontrollable. Imagine an intelligence vastly beyond humanity, one that can perfectly predict human behavior, solve problems we can't even grasp, and invent technology we can't fathom. Would humans still be in control in that world? Nobody truly knows, and for sure, that deep, lingering uncertainty is exactly what fuels so much of the fear around this.
You can already feel the psychological weight of this fear today, can't you? Look, humans have always been afraid of being replaced. But while machines historically replaced physical labor, AI is coming for cognitive labor. Art, writing, programming, creativity itself. These are the very things we always believed were uniquely, fundamentally human. It creates this massive existential anxiety, because if machines can think and create and communicate on our level, we really have to ask ourselves, what actually separates humans anymore?
Section 4. Humanity's Greatest Choice. Now, despite all this heavy existential dread, we've got to acknowledge that AI is a technology of immense duality. On the one hand, yeah, we are facing some truly terrifying unknowns, outperforming humans, flawless manipulation, totally uncontrollable growth. But on the other hand, the potential is just incredible. We're talking about curing diseases, advancing science by leaps and bounds, solving massive global problems, totally transforming education. AI could absolutely be humanity's greatest achievement, or it could be our greatest mistake. And right now, not a single person knows which future is actually coming.
Section 5. Code versus consciousness. All right, let's step back from the massive global scale for a second and just zoom right into your own mind. I want you to really deeply reflect on this question. How much of your day was truly your decision? Think about what you watched today, what you bought, what you believed. How much of that was your independent choice, and how much of it was shaped, completely invisibly, by systems perfectly optimized to keep you engaged? It is a question we almost never stop to ask ourselves. Because the core thesis of this entire explainer is actually really simple. The real battle is whether humans can remain conscious in a world that is specifically designed to think for them. This AI war isn't some far-off, distant event happening in a sci-fi future. It is happening right now, completely silently, inside our phones, inside our feeds, and inside our very attention. Every single time an algorithm perfectly predicts what you want to watch, or buy, or feel, remember something strange. Artificial intelligence isn't just out there learning about the world. It is actively learning about you. Every single day, it understands you just a little bit more. So the final question is, do you understand it?